Welcome to Hidden Promise, an equestrian facility in Fenton, Michigan focused on building confidence through connecting with horses. This is a warm, welcoming place where riders, non-riders, and small groups learn, with the help of horses, how to get to a place of deeper personal fulfillment.
Hidden Promise offers people the chance to learn about themselves and to be able to live their lives by design rather than default. I have a wonderful team here that helps me help people learn how to appreciate and love their lives better through working with horses and developing their personal leadership style. They can learn how to step into their personal leadership style because whatever they need to learn, whatever they need to experience, to let go of, to understand, in order to be able to get this 1,000-pound animal to do what they want and do so in a compassionate, empathetic manner, those same skills will help them lead their lives where they want to go.
Well, Blue Gates Horse and Hidden Promise work together, and Blue Gates Horse is about a different kind of horsemanship and horse keeping, and Hidden Promise is about helping horses to be able to help people. It is one of our differences. We want our horses to have an opinion.
These horses are so stinking opinionated, and they are so polite about their opinions for the most part that I think that's what makes it really different.
So I don't know exactly how this love, this affinity that I have for horses got in there, but it's in there. And the more that I understand horses and the more that I learn about them and the more that I honor who they are and in effect listen to what they tell me, what strikes me daily is how much they give, and just when I think I love and respect them as much as I can, it goes deeper. The people that came to me to learn how to ride a horse started to make changes within themselves and within their lives. They would start to feel more confident. They would be able to step into their own personal leadership style. Their relationships would change. They might get promotions at work. I had one lady overcome a phobia of flying through working with her horse. So it was then that I thought, there's something to this.
I went through a traumatic personal situation several years ago, and she helped me through that. And I've been helping out around here ever since.
It's so surprising to me that sometimes the horses who have come from the toughest trauma backgrounds are the first ones to step up to the plate and say, let me help. And we went from horses living in what I call a conventional arrangement where they were inside at night and went out during the day to they live outside 24/7, 365 now in small herds, which is how horses are supposed to live. They're much healthier, they're much happier, socializing, they were just meant to be in herds together. Horses that live in stalls sometimes get the same disorders that people who are in solitary confinement do. They're that much of a herd animal. So we want to change how people think about keeping horses.
I think the fact that the property itself is so peaceful. The people involved here are a community, they're family.
There's a lot of opportunity to help people that are really struggling in their lives, from veterans with PTSD, people on the autistic spectrum, to people that are functioning very well in their lives, but they just want more and they want to go deeper.
We get people who have never been around a horse, so there's no requirement that they have any horse experience at all to come here.
I think you just see their comfort change, maybe some guards come down. I think you just watch people blossom.
I think horses are ideally suited to this because they are a prey animal.
So they're tuned in to their environment in a way that most of us aren't, because we can take some things for granted, like our safety.
So they're very keyed into anything that doesn't look right, including how you approach them and what might be on your mind. They can sense your heartbeat before you ever get close to them.
Some of the things that I witness here, they're almost stranger than fiction, because you can't make some of this stuff up. But one of my horses is outstanding at helping people feel supported. And I've seen her do it probably now about 5 or 6 times, but the first time that I witnessed it, it had the biggest impact, I think, because I really clicked and, oh my gosh, she's doing this. I was speaking with a client. We were out behind the arena, just in with the horses loose, and she was talking about not feeling supported. And as she did that, we looked up, and the horses had formed a circle around us. And then, you know, we were noticing that, and she was still talking and elaborating a little bit on what she was dealing with. And Annie came up and kind of bumped into her shoulder, very gentle, but very, very deliberate. And it knocked her off balance a little bit, and then Annie stayed there and supported her. And it was a moment that made both of us tear up, but to recognize, and that client got to feel what it felt like to be supported and to be able to trust and depend on someone else to give her that support.
In a lot of traditional therapy, you sit in an office and have someone stare at you and looking for all of these answers from you about why your life is a certain way or what's going on. And with horses, you have a friend.
So some of the offerings that we have through workshops here are on mindfulness. I started developing ways to help other people recognize that they could experience this too. We do a visioning workshop where we take people through an exercise envisioning something they want for themselves in the future. And then we usually take it to the arena and let the horses help them work through what they feel might challenge them. We do confidence building. We have obstacle courses to take the horse through. And sometimes just being able to make a request of the horse and have them honor it can be a big confidence builder. And the horses give us that motivating influence to be able to do something different.
We don't use our horses. Our horses are our facilitation partners. There's a different aspect. We joke that there's 10% of them that we never own, and it's part of what we find wonderful and wild and free and beautiful about them. We think we know what's going to happen, and then they do something completely different. And they really do try to help us understand how to have them be as comfortable and happy here as they can be, and we're grateful for that.
My experience here in the farm has changed my life as far as, if you'd known me before, I was very tense, very down on myself, very bitter about a lot of things. I wish that I had known them before when I was much younger. I would have possibly had less trouble in my personal life, less trouble on the job kind of thing. It's changed my whole outlook on people and acceptance of a whole lot of different things. I think it's the people, the horses, the sense of peace in this property, the acceptance that everybody has for everybody else. They accept you where you are.
I don't know how I could not do this. I absolutely love horses, and I really love teaching and watching light bulbs come on for people, watching them recognize that they have everything that they need within themselves. They just might need somebody to hold open that place of sacred possibility for them until they can step into it. And I think the horses hold such a grounding space for them that I don't know how I could not be involved in this. It means so much. It is just such an amazingly healing and wonderful place.
For more information, please visit confidencethroughconnection.com.